Hello, everyone. This is OG. Very, very excited today to have two key people with me to talk about a very exciting topic that probably you're going to be interested. We're going to spend some time, some quality time. We are going to deep dive this topic, so stay with us. Uh, Donovan, you are working for Glen Raven. Ashutosh, you are working for Acuver Consulting. Very happy to have you here today, and nice to have you on the show.
Thank you, Oliver.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Okay, so the idea here is to deep dive into a very interesting use case that I believe would be interesting for the audience. So, Donovan, before we deep dive into that use case, into that integration journey, Uh, could you start by giving us an overview of Glen Raven, what the company does, the scale at which it operates, and obviously the complexity it involves?
Yeah, so Glenraven is probably best known for manufacturers and creators of the Sunbrella product, indoor outdoor furniture, awning, and marine. And then we also have Dixon in Europe, and then we manufacture in China. So most of our manufacturing is here in the U.S. Of U.S. parts. We have multiple manufacturing facilities here, and then we have multiples in France, and then one in China. So trying to keep all of that flowing as it's interesting bits, especially this year with everything that's been going on globally. Aside from that, we also have a distribution branch uh, that not only distributes umbrella products that we make, but distributes products that we purchase from around the globe and sell within the U.S. Fabric and hardware supporting the awning, marine, and interior design industries. So, a pretty complex overall, just with sourcing and keeping everything flowing, the ins and outs of order placement, purchase orders, vendor management, all of these things. Vendors are changing rapidly um, uh, as we're shopping globally, so very fast paced.
Okay, great. So, very big company, uh, lots of moving parts, uh,
Yes.
probably some challenges to keep everything synchronized, right? So, with that scale, I imagine systems and processes can easily become disconnected, right? So,
Yeah.
uh, what challenges led you to rethink the integration?
Um, we were running legacy systems for our integration, and security being one of the key things, the key factors these days, is uh, we couldn't keep up with security first and foremost. We couldn't keep up with changes from the business. So if the business came up and said, "Hey, we found another platform. We'd like to look at using this platform for something," the integration time was months. Um, just to it was all hard Java code, so you had to get a team of developers and go through this whole process just to onboard one new integration. And we started looking for a better solution. We wanted something fast. We wanted something um, very agile and with a group that understood supply chain and our order management and all of the pieces surrounding order management, ERP, warehouse management, and that's kind of how we came to meet Ashutosh and his folks.
Yeah, so I would say what you were looking for was more than just, basic point-to-point connection. You were looking for a
Yeah,
platform that would give you the flexibility and the visibility to handle all the connection points, right?
yeah, there are plenty of other products out there that do just point to point. I mean, you can go with with like a MuleSoft or Boomi or something. Your basic point to point and some transformation and things like that. But when we saw, and we were looking at Boomi, and when we saw this product, when we saw Acom, it really opened our eyes to, oh, there's so much more we can do here. The even the things that we're currently doing, we were kind of looking at, here's everything we currently do, and can we do it with a product? And then when we saw Acom, it was more of a, okay, we can do everything we currently do and so much more. One, we can do everything now more efficiently and fully traceable, which I didn't have before. I lost traceability through some of these things. Now I can see every step of the way of what happens with any transaction. Um, but just it really opened the future up to us. Now, if something comes up, I don't worry about it. I just send it over to Ashutosh's team, and we get it knocked out quickly. It's
Great.
not even an issue anymore. The business got to a point where they were afraid to ask for something because they knew it was going to be a long time and a lot of money. And now that's not the case.
Okay. So Ashutosh, maybe a
Yeah,
great segue here. And before we get into the details, into
yeah,
how your team helped solve those challenges that Donovan described, let's talk about the platform itself, right? What makes it different? What does it bring to the table?
absolutely, Oliver. A great place to start. Acom isn't a traditional iPaaS platform. It's an AI native workflow orchestrator platform, where many platform stops at APIs and data pipelines. Acom goes with a step further with what we call the AI thinking layer, right? An orchestration layer that understands the context and the intent, not just the data movement. Now, what makes Acom stand apart? In If I expand a little bit more on the thinking layer, it
Yeah.
identify anomalies and even trigger autonomous decision making in real time. Right? Acom platform comes prepackaged with the industry accelerators, right, which includes ready to deploy templates, workflows, connectors for industries like supply chain, including textiles, retail, which drastically reduces time to value. It's a low code no code platform, right, which means that not that tech savvy users can also come up with complex workflows, including which involves traditional applications as well as might involve AI agents and chatbots as well. And last but not the least, what Donovan also mentioned is complete observability, traceability, right? By that, what we mean is, as the communications is happening, the data is getting exchanged between various participants in a workflow, be it traditional applications or chatbots or AI agents, right? There has to be complete transparency in what data is getting exchanged, what decisions are being made, right? So that is what the platform provides out of the box. In short, Ecom doesn't just move data, it thinks, learns, and reacts, driving operational resilience and smarter decision making.
Yeah, quite impressive. So thanks for this intro on the platform. Now, based on what Donovan shared,
Yeah.
how did your team go about solving Glenn Raven's integration challenges?
Yeah, yeah. So our engagement began with understanding the current state architecture and identifying the points of friction, especially where manual interventions were required or there were data blind spots, right? Uh, Across various applications like ERP, OMS, WMS. We then deployed Acom's cloud native integration fabric and established real time synchronization across, various applications, including planning applications, fulfillment applications, e-commerce applications. We leveraged our pre-built adapters to accelerate, the overall implementation and reduce the time to value, right? And you know, the Acom's thinking layer that played a significant role in automating exception management, right, and also the workflow orchestration. It resulted in automation at scale, and that allowed the Glenware planners to react proactively before any issue impact the customer experience. Oliver.
Yeah, that's great. I love when I hear automation at scale. I'm a big
Yeah.
automation guy, and this is obviously, freeing up some time for people to go do other things. We'll talk about that, but this is absolutely key. So back to you, Donovan. What kind of business result did you begin to see after the implementation of the platform? Could you try to expand on that, please?
Yeah, so when we started our implementation, we picked out kind of our biggest pain point integrations, right? Where we were losing data. And it was happening every day. So myself and another member of my team were spending a good bit of every day. Every morning we would come in and I wrote some complex queries, querying multiple systems to find like where a transaction started over here and didn't appear over here. And we spent most of our day just firing APIs into our order management system, just trying to get data caught back up. And that was an impact to everything because TriVantage, our distribution branch, they ship around 90% same day. So
Wow.
inventory coming in and going out is having that accurate is key to their business. So they would be receiving that morning, and then behind the scenes, myself and Bruce are firing APIs to catch up all the inventory that's missing, so that they could then ship it same day. It was a really big impact to them. It became visible to the users that things were not happening fast. So we picked that one as our very first integration, and it went seamlessly. Honestly, I mean, the Akuver team picked it up, got that done in a couple weeks, start to finish, and that was planning everything out, building the environment and everything. Got the integration done, and immediately we saw that they could waive orders earlier in the day, so that they could pick, pack, ship that same day. Um, that meant more customer fulfillment, happier customers, happier customers buy more. So, you know, we were starting to see impacts on our market share because of our integration layer, just because we were losing so much every day. And people were, inside of the company had lost faith in the systems, and then that translates to outside of the company. Customers start to think, well, maybe they can't get it to me same day, and they'll start looking elsewhere. That was probably the first major impact, was seeing now these transactions are happening. It's reliable. As Ashutosh said, there's behind the scenes, there is automation, there is AI. So if something does fail for some reason, it auto retries, and it will auto retry several times. If it can't do it, then they'll send an alert. But usually, it comes through. Be some communications issue, network, whatever, things out of our control. Something happens, we still get the message, and that stability has been great for us. Now I don't hear the complaints from from anyone about things not showing up right. So now, from the business side, they're starting to come back around. They're starting to feel like our systems are stable. They can trust what they see. They're not questioning the system so much, and that makes everyone happier.
That's amazing. So, talk to me above and beyond the traceability, the visibility, the flexibility that you gain by implementing the platform. Talk to me about your daily life, right? You said you had a whole bunch of things that you had to do. That kind of went away, right? By adopting the platform, right?
Yeah, so now I've got time to do other stuff. I'm currently implementing two WMSs, and I'm writing some code again. I hadn't been able to write code in a while because I was so busy just firing APIs. I didn't have any time. I'm on an AI committee now, and we're investigating AI use cases within our business. So I have time to actually research and read articles and stuff. So those are all things that my day was every day starting 6 a.m. was just catching up transactions, and now I feel like able to provide some value to the company beyond just being an automation behind the scenes, because that's Donovan as a service is what was happening, right? I was just firing APIs and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm free. A lot of my time is freed up. Bruce's time is freed up. He's working on a lot of projects now. The WMS with me, CRM. So it's really allowed us to take on more.
Yeah. this is a kind of this is a kind of true story we love, right? The fact that I would say above and beyond the numbers, the
Yeah.
bottom line, the top line, the KPIs, when it's also impacting the daily life of the people because it's freeing up, it's allowing people to innovate again, work on projects, programs. This is exactly what we love, right?
hmm Yeah, it's the best
Great.
case for automation.
Yeah, exactly. This is for me, this is like a great use case for automation. I love it. So back to you, Ashutosh. Um, let's go deeper into the outcome Donovan shared. From a platform standpoint, how were those results achieved?
Yeah. So, Olivier, if I have to call out three or four key aspects of the platform that helped us achieve what Donovan just summarized, the first one would be ACOM provided unified integration fabric with end-to-end traceability, explainability, and intelligent recoverability, right? So that helped stitch together various applications into one cohesive real-time ecosystem and gave business instant visibility of all the transactions that were happening, visibility into not only data at rest but also data in motion as well, right? So that was a very important aspect. The next one, smart decisioning. ACOM's now AI orchestration layer continuously like interprets data, right? Data streams, surfaces exceptions, and autonomously orchestrates midstream decisions like rerouting orders or prioritizing inventory, all without any human intervention. That also played a very key role, right, in overall driving the results. Then the self-healing architecture, Donovan alluded to that. There are exceptions that happen, very much part of data in motion, right? But at the same time, if application is intelligent enough and recovers seamlessly, right, that takes away the manual intervention that is required, reduces downtime, and more importantly reduces the customer impact as well. So what Benraven got with ACOM was not just faster data, it was actionable intelligence embedded in every flow as such.
Yeah, I love the fact that there's so much automation and AI capability built
Yeah.
in the platform, allowing some decision to be made by machine in order to help some of those integration, the self healing. I think this is really a good example of uh, how a platform is actually making life better, right? So this is really a great success story for me. Now, if if we think about um, other people, company listening to us here and trying to put ourselves in their shoes, so they hear that story, they understand how much impact we can have by implementing and selecting the right iPaaS platform, the right integration platform.